bodies in our solar system are going to be in Aries. Not just that, 0 degrees, like, what the hell? So, there's a lot of weird, crazy energies are already happening because of this, and I want you not to miss out your once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see what these energies mean for you specifically, so I can look into that in your tarot card reading. I want to shout out your names. These are the names recently that booked 30 minutes or longer on my website. Thank you so much to Erin, Hannah, Ashley, Catherine, Emily, Shivia, and Christina. Thank you, thank you. God bless you all. Thank you for helping support this channel to keep going, to keep these lights on, child. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start cleansing the energies now. This is going to be a collective tarot card reading for each zodiac sign. I'm going to be brief today, okay, because I want to spend more time in your personal readings. But I'm going to dig in maybe about 5 minutes each zodiac sign for what April means for you, okay? You can look into your rising and moon aspects. I usually don't do that. I don't prefer to look into that because it can be accurate, but I find like my sun sign is like the most accurate, so these videos are usually about 50 minutes to an hour long, so get ready for a long one, and you can look into how somebody you know, how their month is going to go as well, obviously, you know. So let's dig right in, shall we? Okay, I'm going to start using these tarot cards, the Astro Matrix. We're looking at Aries. What's going on with Aries in the month of April 2026? How do these 7 planetary bodies in Aries affect Aries in April? April is their month too. So it's going to be crazy, isn't it? Okay. So Tower, things have to crumble, things have to come down. Now just letting you know in advance, this reading is going to be about the collective. It's going to be about maybe even if I tap into global events, you know, just like in my last video, I'm going to tap into that as well, okay? But this is going to be like world crumbling events. Like, it's going to be shaking people up. This Tower, and the fact that it's the first card in this whole reading, is confirming for me what I have been seeing in the spirit, something about a tower coming down. Allegedly, entertainment purposes only in April. I've been saying this, and I see it again, and this is the first card confirming that, you know. I'm not even getting goosebumps anymore because I know it's coming. I know it's happening. I've literally been prophesying this for a long time. Spring 2026, I've been seeing that for a long time. So I'm not surprised, but I definitely feel like, though, like personally for you, it's definitely going to be all about huge shifts within, huge changes in how you view the world, how you think, your participation in the collective. So Aries, while you're having your birthday, just know things are going to be shaken and stirred, okay? This is going to propel you forward more than any zodiac sign, in my honest opinion. I hear even if you're like a rising Aries, it's gonna really shift you for the better, okay? Alright, so we have here, I really feel like I should, no, it's okay. We have here the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups. So you might fall for somebody, you might want to get back with the ex, you might, you know, just really be in your feels in this month because everything is getting shaken, so are your emotions, okay? So that's also going to be stirred up for you. Alright. So you're just going to reach out to people. You're going to feel like you need more company. Maybe you're going to hang out with people more. Maybe April's going to be a popular month to be amongst friends, you know. You're just communicating. It's like almost like even if somebody doesn't really reach out to you, you're the one to reach out to them, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be kind of like that social butterfly energy, which usually my Aries usually are, you know. it's funny because it's like there's a lot of fiery energy here I'm getting, but also the water is like someone is maybe a water sign helping ground you, you know, so you're not too carried away, because if you're too much in the fire, it's like violence, it's war, you know. It's ego, it's toxic masculinity, you know, that's how it can come across, even if you're a woman, right? Or anyone in between. So I definitely see like a fine, retuned balance, like you're actually mastering. This era is coming for you in your life because there's so much coming through at once. Let me tell you, there's something about newborns during this time. Any new babies that are born during this month, oh my gosh, powerful babies. But anyway, there's something about how you have transmuted your energy during this period of time, okay? There's so much coming through. Oh my gosh, the newborn babies, if they're born in April next month, they're going to be leaders. They're going to be the next leaders of this world. You know how a lot of global leaders are born during eclipses? You know, this is going to be like a huge leader baby coming. If your baby is born next month, more than likely they're going to be play a huge leader role, especially if they're born April 17 when the 7 planets turn. I don't think any of us are prepared for that. But I'm again back to what I was saying. Spirit likes to send me a lot at once, so I have to kind of organize, like, okay, what I should say first, because they send it in a disorganized manner. But I definitely am getting this energy of it would have been more chaotic if this happened like 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? You know how to handle these new energies coming in, and not everyone is ready to. That's why so many people have been unfortunately passing into the light lately. You know, they can't handle the frequency. I'm sorry to say, but they can't handle the frequency that's coming in. So their heart gives out, or they get cancer. You know, I hate to say that, but it's very true. You know, these new energies are coming in. It's not for everybody. Not everybody's supposed to be around for this. Period. You know, that's just what it is. But so, you know, you're alive, well and healthy. You most likely can handle the energies, okay? But I'm definitely getting, but we don't know, right? Like, it could just happen randomly. It feels as though like there's a lot of this new energy coming in. So, you know, just stay prepared to continue transforming this energy, and you're going to be a helper, Aries. There's a lot for you in this month, and that's why I may be spending a little more extra time on Aries. Sorry, not sorry, but you know, I love my Aries. You know, every Aries I've ever met, honestly, they would make like such a good friend. I've known so many in my life. Like, I'm a Virgo. You wouldn't think Virgo Aries, but it works. It's so weird. But anyway, so they're awesome. They're like one of my favorite people, honestly, you know. So I definitely would say that you are going to be really helping people through this because you know how to handle these energies. That's my point. And for mothers, fathers, good luck. If you have a newborn. I'm joking, but they're going to be a ton of energy. That's what Spirit's saying. They're going to be like bouncing off the walls, and you think, oh, they took cookies from the cookie jar again, or they had like a, you know, like you know how Honey Boo Boo Child had that cocoa drink? You're gonna think it's like that. No, that's them naturally. Imagine with caffeine. So they may have to tone down the caffeine, especially with these new energies coming in. I know I keep saying energy, but everything's energy, right? You're supposed to tone down the caffeine a bit. It's gonna be too much on your heart, I feel. So, you know, just tone it down a bit. You're naturally gonna get like the earth energy this month, okay? I feel that's for everyone, not just Aries. Okay. Great. That's so beautiful. Awesome. Am I missing anything else? No, let's move on. So let's go to Sagittarius. Why not? Sagittarius is coming through next in the spirit. What is happening with the Sagittarius in April 2026? How is this 7-planet alignment going to affect them? I don't want to say planet because it's not just planet. It's like the moon and other, you know, celestial bodies. But it's, you know, planetary bodies in our solar system. I mean, there is only technically 7 planets. So that would be all the planets if that was the case. And I don't think that would ever happen. I don't know. That would be too much Aries energy. There always has to be another planet that is off kilter. But you know, to make balance and harmony in our universe. Alrighty. Yeah. This hasn't happened in around 6,000 years. For all 7. Like, this is crazy. Crazy. It's about to be nuts, guys. I don't think you understand what's about to happen. I really don't think you understand. Oh my gosh. Okay, anyway, moving on. Empress. God help us. 7 of Wands. Okay, and Death. Alright. So, I'm definitely feeling like, I'm getting like emotional all of a sudden. I don't know why. Again, like I'm constantly in the middle of tears. Like, Sagittarius, what is going on with you? You're always going through something. I mean this with love. You're always going through something, baby. Oh, my Saggies. My poor Saggies. I feel sorry for you sometimes. I really do. You know? I don't know. I almost feel like you started like a relationship or something, or you started dating someone and you're like, oh yeah, this isn't working for me anymore. But it just hit you like, oh, I'm tired of this not working for me anymore. You know, like, when is it gonna work for me? It's kind of that. So I feel like April will kind of like, you know, I feel like switching to soft spoken just to rest my voice, because it's very hard to do whisper constantly. But I feel as though you are just tired. You are fed up. You are done with how life has been treating you. It's not that you're going to give up, okay? Please don't ever give up. Call for help if you feel that way. But I'm saying, it's close. It's pretty darn close what I'm feeling, if I'm honest with you. It's just like this, man, when is it going to work out, you know, in love? Something must be off in your Venus. I feel that too. I mean, I'm not saying I feel that personally. I'm saying I feel that about you in this card reading. Okay, I have to be clear. There could be a Leo friend that really steps in and it's like, hey, snap out of it. You know, that Leo will keep you in check. They'll be like, hey girl, like, come on, what's going on? You know, let's get coffee, bish. Like, let's go get coffee and do our nails, bish. Like, let's talk it out, you know. You can't be in this depressive slump forever, girl, right? Like, that's that Leo, right? Let's just go out. You know, Leos love to go out. And, you know, Saggies love to socialize, so it works. Leos don't necessarily like to socialize. So, but it works. You know, you guys are both fire signs, it works. So I'm getting kind of like, okay, you know, it's definitely, don't get me wrong, Leos love to talk, but they don't necessarily love to interact. There's a difference. But anyway, so I'm definitely getting this energy of I don't know, I get like almost like passive aggressiveness too, like a passive aggressive friend. Maybe they have a Leo rising, Leo moon. I almost get sort of like they're your best friend, but they can be your worst enemy if you're not careful. A Sagittarius. Like, I almost feel, or maybe some of you are like both Saggy and Leo. I don't know, like moon, sun, or rising. And you're kind of like that to yourself too, Sagittarius. Like, you're your best friend or your worst enemy. And part of you with not working out with you in love, even if you're married, hey, a marriage cannot work out either, right? It can happen. You are too guarded. I mean, it's obvious, but you know. It's like, what I'm telling you is you already know. You're just frustrated that you are guarded. You don't know how to take that guarded wall up energy out of you, but it's who you are. You know, you can't help it. So I think it's more a month where you're self-analyzing, maybe self-conscious and aware. Death is about transforming those emotions. So I would definitely suggest you do so. Okay. You know, could also be a Scorpio influence there, especially if they're a planet or like if you have Venus in Scorpio or a friend who's in, you know, Scorpio, I would say it was a Scorpio. I would say that they could probably step in as well. I almost feel like you have an intervention in April, like someone steps in and gives you an intervention. This almost also gives me like an addiction energy too, because a lot of Scorpios have an addictive personality. I should know, I'm a Scorpio rising, so it's sort of like, you know, people need to step in and keep you in check sometimes, because, you know, there's something with Scorpio and Sagittarius. I feel like that's been going on a long time though. Like you've had a long time friend. Because I feel this is not the first time that I'm seeing Scorpio and Sagittarius have something together. This time it doesn't come across as an issue or altercation. I just feel in the spirit as though it's like, okay, you really have to listen to your Scorpio friend this time, or else you may never hear from them again. Especially if it's an intervention and they want you to get better. Okay? So Sagittarius, you kind of have to rough it out in April. There's a lot socially here. There's a lot personally. Okay? Sorry. All right, let's move on into Leo. I was just talking about you guys. Leo. What's going on with Leo in the month of April? My Leo energies. I hear Leo season. I don't know why I hear that. Maybe something will change for you around Leo season, finally. I feel like you're waiting for that shift, that moment. Something in June. I hear the energies might get whack in June. I hear like almost like a global misunderstanding. Like there's this, like, what's going on? Okay, I'm tapping in too much to June. I need to tap into April. So April, 10 of Cups. You'll be just fine. You'll be happy. I think you're going to feel more happiness in your heart, genuinely, than a lot of zodiac signs. I'm definitely getting this energy of like balance, but also repercussions. I hear repercussions for some reason. Like, you know, there's a price to pay for that time aside. You know, it's almost like you're taking some extra time off from work. And then you are sort of like regretting it, but then you know you need this time off, right? Lovers. So when 10 of Cups and Lovers comes together, that's pretty clear to me that that's going to be a relationship that works out for you. Something that is like, it just works. Like, whoever you're with, it's just going to be fine. It's going to be a fine month. It's going to be a lot of joy, a lot of happiness. I hear anniversary. Maybe some of you are celebrating an anniversary. You know, I also hear those who are first starting to date, like it's your first month. You've made it through your first month of your first ever relationship. Like, you know, it almost feels like that for some Leos. So you're like really proud of yourself, you know, and I know Leos have that pride, but like you're extra proud, you know, you're like, dang, I did it, you know, I actually did it, and I didn't think I could do it before. So 6 of Swords. I don't know who you sort of walk away from in April. I feel like it's for the best though. You kind of decide to part ways because this person's no longer serving you, and deep down you know it. And Leos are pretty good at kind of cutting people off, no questions asked. I don't even think they really need to explain themselves. I think you know, good luck getting closure from a Leo, you know what I mean? I don't think you ever will. It's just, you know, they're not about like those, they're sensitive and friendly, but they're not like gonna go like all dive deep on you, you know, like that. They're just kind of more, it's the surface layer with them in terms of that. They're not really gonna be like, they're more the one to comfort and console you than the one to cry on your shoulder. So I definitely feel like whoever this is, you've been thinking of cutting them off for like a couple years now, and you've kind of have reached a breaking point. You're like, okay, every time I hang out with them, they act this way, or, you know, they misbehave or something, or they don't respect me and my space, my time, my energy. So, for the rest of you, it could also look like a anniversary getaway with your boo-boo. Okay, Leo, not much to it that month. You're going to be just fine. I'm going to use different cards now. I'm going to go into water because we need to douse this fire and go into the water signs. Okay, how are we doing? Oh, I'm actually going a lot faster than I thought. Okay. Pisces, let's go into Pisces. What's going on with my dear Pisces here? Oh, we have the 10 of Cups again for Pisces and Death again. I'm saying again because that was what the cards I saw in other zodiac signs. And 2 of Cups. Okay, so there seems to be a lot of like love and romance. 10 of Cups, 2 of Cups, and Death. This is like a lifelong commitment, or like almost like, you know how some people do like crazy rituals with like, well, I don't want to say that, red liquid stuff. Yeah, that comes out of beings, not to be graphic, but like this is almost like a pact, like what they call like a pact. Yeah. Not literally, but this feels like a serious commitment, like a serious lifelong commitment to be with this person and be together. And you know, this almost feels like a spell. I'm gonna be just brutally blunt here. This almost feels like magic. Now, if someone has done this on you, I would say cleanse and protect your energy. But if you have done this on somebody, I would say be very careful with those kind of things. You know, love magic is not necessarily black magic. However, you have to be, there's a fine line there. You have to be very careful with love magic, because you could be manifesting a situation where you are unintentionally attracting a bad situation, right? Or you're kind of working against somebody's free will, then it kind of boomerangs and backfires on you, okay? So you don't want to sabotage your chances here, but I feel like it's not necessary. You should just agree to be with this person and see what happens, but don't make a promise. Never make a promise to anybody that you're always gonna be, or always gonna love, or always. You should never make promises, because if it doesn't work out, then you have officially marked yourself stuck with that person. Or even if it doesn't work out, like, how do I explain? You've promised to yourself that you're always gonna be with that person, even if you guys divorce and move on with your lives. That prevents you from opening to someone new because you made a promise. I don't know if that makes sense, but you should never make promises. I'm just saying. I know it sounds romantic, and they probably do it in like a marriage proposal, whatever. You should never cling on to someone's energy like that. You should never attach to somebody. So if you've made ever a promise to someone, I would rebuke it. I would retract that promise. Don't do that. Don't do that, okay? It doesn't feel right. Because most people can't keep their freaking promise anyway. So there's that. But I would say, yeah, don't make this like a till we do us part pact, like BS, right? Like that's magic. Don't do that, okay? You know, I know they say it in marriage ceremonies, whatever. Like, just mentally say, like, I just whatever. Like, I rebuke all promises. Like, let me tell you, in my line of work, I have seen the best love is the one that's detached love, the one that's fun, light, free. That's all. I don't need to explain myself anymore. Okay. there's too much commitment here. There's too much like tying the knot type of energy. I don't know if you're necessarily ready for that. I'm going to say Pisces. It's almost like, and because of the cups here, you're acting too emotionally here. You're kind of, you have to do the work first. I feel like a lot of Pisces haven't really fully done the work. It's hard for them because they're so swallowed by their emotions. They're the most emotional sign of them all. That it's hard to see clearly. You know, they need a third person perspective, you know. But a lot of Pisces struggle with that outside viewpoint. Because they always feel like no one knows what they're going through, you know. So I don't know what to say. It's just going to be a bumpy month with emotions, but a very happy month with love. But don't make promises. Yeah. Okay. So let's move right along. So we have Cancer. Let's do Cancer zodiac sign for April 2026. I almost said 2025. Actually, now I think about that, it's going to be 2 years since that major eclipse we had, right? Everything was different ever since that eclipse, wasn't it? And there's a lot of meteors in the sky lately, right? I think I just saw one actually just really quickly zoom by the other day. In Florida, they're very common. Sometimes you'll see like these green light streaks across the sky. But there's more happening. It's the pole shift. They're not telling you, but it's the pole shift. Yeah. We're going to be seeing a lot more rocks coming now. Okay. But anyway. 7 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles. I have to say allegedly. Entertainment purposes only, of course. But I'm rolling my eyes behind this tarot card as we speak. Because you know the truth. We know the truth. Okay. Ace of Pentacles. Okay. So, Cancer. Money, money, money. Alright. This is all I'm saying, honey, is money, honey. Alright. Look at this. Money, money, money. So it's going to be a more prosperous month. Maybe it's like something you've been waiting on, a check in the mail or something. It's like it's finally going to hit, you know, it's finally going to hit that bank, whatever it's called, deposit, you know, whatever. So it's just, it will clear. The deposit will clear. It could be insurance. It could be disability. It could be a lawsuit. It could be just a bonus in the mail, like unexpected claims, you know. I definitely see that this is going to be something that you retrieve, and it's going to be, I almost hear inflation. It might have something to do with inflation. Maybe that's when people finally get like some inflation or some stimulus help or something. That makes me a little nervous, because if there is a major disaster, then you know, like 2020, like then obviously that's like, oh, okay, that's not good for, you know, anything, economy, anything really, jobs, lives, mental health. But it's like money. It's still money, right? At the end of the day, you know. So I feel like money definitely does make Cancer happy, but it's not everything. Like, that's not, they're consciously manifesting. It's not that they're consciously actively thinking about it. They just, if it comes, it comes. If not, they'll still be fine. They'll live out of their friend's basement, you know. You know, we don't always have to work, right? You know, you could literally just live out of someone's room. But anyway, or just move to Thailand or something. But, so you'll be fine. You know, I feel like you literally will be fine. I don't think it's going to be a big deal as much as you think. I feel like you were worried about something, but that's like, okay, you know, that was just like my own mind playing tricks on me. So you're going to plant the seed though. You're going to take it more serious. You're going to start something in April that is going to propel you to get this check, you know? And I feel like you kind of, it almost feels like for the first time you bless others around you. Usually Cancer keeps, you know, that's why they don't really prosper a lot. My Cancers, they keep too much. They're in the shell and they have to keep the money in the shell. This, in April, you're going to be more generous. You're going to be more giving, okay? And so that's going to come back on you, right? So if you haven't been giving in a long time, Cancers, now's your time. And Ace of Pentacles is again confirming that new beginning of a new project. This would be a great time to have like a new startup, or, you know, maybe you hire a Cancer for your startup or something along those lines. Okay, so it's going to be a pretty solid month for money, and you may be more, maybe seriously, and you're not really like that financial planner type. Some of you maybe, you're just more sort of that like, okay, I'm going to use this for good this time. Not just for myself. All right, Cancer, so that's your message for April. So let's move right along to the last water sign of Scorpio. Let's see what's happening with Scorpio. Scorpio in April 2026. How does the 7th planet alignment affect you personally? Okay. So we have the 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands, the 5 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Swords. Work. Like almost like I feel like a lot of Scorpios are struggling to survive, or just barely making it, or paycheck to paychecks. I feel like they've been drained as well. Like people around them drain them more easily. I feel like you just kind of want to close off and isolate, because Scorpio still has a shell, but they hide in caves. They don't hide in their own shell. You know what I'm saying? The shell is just for their personal defense, but they go off elsewhere to hide, you know, because they don't really need to hide as much as Cancers do. Cancers are like a gopher tortoise. They just, you know, Scorpios are just like, I'll attack you, be a word, okay? But anyway, that's part of my sort of aggressive nature too, as a Scorpio rising. But I definitely get, and jealousy, like a jealous nature here too. I get, like you're like, why does this person have to have more than me? Or like there's some competition at your work, and you know, you wanted the bonus pay raise, and you wanted the prize or whatever. You wanted the award. You wanted to be seen and heard. You know, you like that fame and that attention. But it's like someone else claimed it before you, and now you're pissed off at them. I almost feel like it's a lady. Like you're just mad at that lady. Like, oh, why does she have to beat me? Or, you know, you're very sort of competitive there. So 4 of Swords is asking you to like, okay, step aside, look within. Where's this jealousy and anger and resentment coming from? You know, this is kind of going to be that month for you. Like, you're going to try to do, so anything with competition, competing, contests, especially if you get angry and aggressive and violent, unfortunately, you know, even if it's as simple as like bumper cars or go-karts, right? Be very careful not to lash out, because I feel like, especially if you're drinking, you know, I have to say that because Scorpio struggles with putting the drink down sometimes. It's going to be an emotional outburst from you, so I would suggest, you know, maybe in gatherings, like family gatherings especially, you don't want the popo called, okay? You don't calm down, put the bottle down, you know. Maybe drink some fruit punch instead, okay? Without having to tip the vodka in there, you know what I'm saying? You know, chew some gum, you know, like just relax, you know, just, I almost see someone like chewing gum because they're so like angry all the time, like just settle down, go outside, breathe, you know, go check the mail, like, it's not that serious at the end of the day, okay? Like, just relax, okay? I almost hear, like, sports, too. If you're watching sports, maybe there's some, like, major sporting event. You know, again, you don't want security called on you. Just relax, okay? Like, don't throw popcorn, don't throw hot dogs, okay? Like, just breathe, okay? Relax, okay? Relax, okay? But a lot of this is having to do with money. Your money problem. And then you're like, oh, I had to spend $450 on this stupid game that I'm watching. And, like, the fact that I did with what little I have, and they still didn't win, now I feel even more crappy, you know? Like, it's just, like, a very aggressive energy, especially if you're in a job, like, I hear, like, news media, you know, entertainment, maybe you're a reporter, you know, like, and I just see, like, a very angry, pissed off reporter. Just be very careful, okay? You don't want, you know, to be reprimanded or let go, you know, especially during this time when it's so hard, it seems, for people to find work. Okay? And, you know, once your name and face is out there in the news like that, like you become a meme, you go off on somebody, it's over for you. You know, you're permanently known as that person. So you have to be very careful what you do and say online. Okay, Scorpio, so let's move right along to Taurus. I hear Taurus in the spirit. Earth signs, I guess we'll go with Earth signs. Taurus in April 2026. How are Taurus affected in April 2026? So we're halfway through now. We have the Wheel of Fortune. The Fool card. And the Four of Cups. Okay. You're waiting and listening. You're being very patient. You're being diligent. You're hardworking. You're persevering. You keep moving forward. It's almost like you just keep rolling with the punches as we speak. You're just allowing yourself to see what happens, allowing yourself to wait to let things play out a bit. And you're sort of in that state right now, Taurus. You're not jumping to conclusions. You're not really, even quite necessarily jumping at opportunity right now. Because I feel like Taurus always is waiting for that next big thing. You're sort of just letting life play out because it's pretty, I don't know if you've noticed, unpredictable lately. Everything happening at once. And we haven't seen shit yet, honestly. So I'm telling you right now, we haven't seen it crap yet. Just wait. Oh yeah, just wait. But Four of Cups, hint, hint. If you haven't been listening, it's pretty freaking obvious. Four of Cups. I would say, Taurus, you are in a place mentally where you are going to be really enjoying this process, this time of really absorbing everything around you. I think you are more in the listening mode. You are more in a spiritual mindset and mind frame right now. And I like this energy about Taurus. That you have to stick with that, okay? You have to just commit to that steady, calm, peaceful approach to things right now. Because, the bull, any Aries, Taurus, Capricorn, they want to, straightforward ahead, masculine, Again, with Scorpio, breathe, okay? I feel like Taurus and Scorpio a lot of times have those similarities, and they can clash too, because again, Scorpio has the stinger, right? But a little measly stinger can't beat a bull. The bull would squish you, so relax. But so with Taurus, I would say you're finally coming to terms with who you are and self-love. And I think accepting everything you have been through and accepting your faults, your flaws, and accepting your failures as well. It's almost like you hated how much you were a failure, how much you failed before. And now you're accepting the failure. And because you're accepting the failures of your past, you actually can finally move on and heal and actually genuinely get better, you know? So, you're toning it down a lot in April, even May, that's your month, right? May. So, it's going to be a good, solid, peaceful 2 months. It may not be a lot happening, and it's not supposed to, because you're supposed to be patient right now. And actually, I'm hearing about Uranus and Taurus. It does end in April too. So it's almost like something just ends during that time. It's something that's been happening to you since 2019. It's finally going to be over. Okay, the test has been passed. You may have passed with a B minus, but you passed. Okay. So let's move. I'm going to fan the cards out let's do Capricorn. Not quite ready to hear my own message yet. I'm a Virgo, if you're wondering. Okay. Virgo Sun, Scorpio Rising, Capricorn Moon. Okay. So, 10 of Swords. I have a lot of Pisces in my chart. Makes me very like a crybaby. I'm such a cry. I cry more than anyone I know, damn it. And Ace of Pentacles. Okay. I think I have a lot of Libra too, but I have no fire whatsoever. So I'm very interesting. All right. So, I'm getting, Capricorn. I don't know if you lost somebody recently or you're at a loss for words. Like someone kind of really disappointed you, almost see you like pissed off and just like walking away. Like you and like attend a party and you're just like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. Or like I almost feel like literally you might think I'm crazy. Like someone passes out and they black out at a party and you're like, how could you do that to them? Or how could you let them, why are people drinking so much? Like I'm seeing a lot of that. Okay, a lot of this like drowning your emotions. It's almost like you don't want to absorb and process what's happening around you. It's almost like Capricorn see things somehow in a weird way ahead of time before others do. I've noticed that gift about Capricorns. They sort of can pinpoint what's going to happen next without even really being fully aware themselves about what's going to happen next. They just kind of say it without even really thinking much of it. And then it comes true. So, I sort of get, like you sort of saw this disappointment coming, or someone was going to upset you deeply, but you went anyway. You went to that party anyway, knowing that good and hell well that this person would upset you. They didn't piss you off. They just really, you really felt like disappointed in them. That's the energy. You really were surprised that this person acted and behaved a certain way. In April seems to be a very heavy month. Gosh. For a lot of my signs and my poopsies, I guess. And that's the crazy, chaotic energy, You think, oh, it's going to bring ponies and rainbows and unicorns. Yeah, after the crappy era is over, it's going to happen. But we have to sit in this crap for now, okay? Because a lot is being revealed right now. So, but it almost feels like this person doesn't have shame or embarrassment. They just did it, They don't give a And so, walking away is the answer because, they don't care, right? They're indifferent about what they did. It was more something they did in action than something they said. And it wasn't directly to you, but you took it personal because you were shocked to see this person behave in this manner. I'm going to be honest. I can't say a keyword on here. This feels like someone did something to someone without their permission in a private room in a party. Yeah. And then you found out and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. But I don't feel like you call for help or get, people like authorities involved. I just feel like you just walk away. Like, I don't want any involvement. I don't want any association that I was here. Ooh, I wonder if this has anything to do with, you know, what's been coming out lately. I know it's not funny. I'm laughing. That's just who I am. But I'm like, Oof, did I spill the tea on somebody accidentally through this reading? But anyway. Okay, so Ace of Pentacles. I definitely see you will have to protect your energy, okay? You will definitely have to, because if you are involved, you are involved. You don't want to go through that. You don't want to have to go through talking to, you know, 3-letter agencies about what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to have to do that. You don't want to, like, you should, because it's the right thing to do, Capricorn. Because Capricorn likes to run, right? Capricorn, like, if they don't want to get involved, they'll run away with their little hooves and go hide up in the mountains, right? Far away. Like, they want to be distant, detached, coldly separate from that. But they love their friends. And because they were your friend, especially if they were your best friend, and the fact that they did that to somebody, because they were thinking with their... You can't be friends with that person anymore. You know, it's disgusting. It's like, okay, bye. You know, you are a monster, right? So I feel like you choose to walk away. You should still let somebody know, though. And especially if you're already picking up on this before it happens, allegedly, entertainment purposes only, I'd say warn somebody. Say, nobody's allowed to go in the rooms privately. I'm locking all the bedrooms. We're only going to stay in the living room. We're limiting drinks to 2 or 3 per person, right? Play adult. Play responsible. Or just don't go. Just don't go. But pray for protection over that place, okay? Whatever this case may be, okay? I know this is just reading one scenario, but it's an urgency I'm feeling in the spirit here. It's something very important. Okay, so Virgo. What's happening with Virgo in April 2026? What's going on with my dear Virgos? Okay. Not so bad, I think. 9 of Cups. I feel like Virgos have had enough. Like, if anything bad happens to Virgo again, like, no, they've had enough. So I'm glad I'm not seeing something crazy. Virgos are fed up. I feel like low-key. Okay. So I'm getting sort of like you're waiting on answers, like someone's not really telling you something, and or you're just waiting on their text, you're waiting on their call, and they're just keeping a secret, they're keeping it low key, and they know they know you're thinking about them, but it's like they know you're thinking about them, but it's like they're still not addressing what needs to be addressed. There's still something they're not communicating or speaking up about. And I feel like Virgo could be as well. I feel like Virgo also struggles to speak up sometimes because they know the power of their words. And if they say something, it could sting. So, you know, like loose lips sink ships, that's a Virgo. They will sink the ship if they have to. Even if they suffer as a price of sinking somebody else's ship. You know, maybe I'm speaking literally in terms of this, you know, war energy now that's happening. There could be a Virgo who's in charge and they're like, okay, we finna sink that ship in the Hormuz Strait, right? If we have to, even if it causes us to suffer, we gotta do it, you know? So it's something like that. It's almost like, but you end up like in a leadership role or a leadership position. You end up deciding something. You get hired or approved for like some higher position, and now you're in charge, and you're like, oh dang, I really am here now. I have been waiting for this day, you know? It's almost like you didn't even try. Like Virgo has that magic about them. They don't even have to try, and they just still make it happen, you know? So they're very good at manifesting. So Ace of Cups, I'm sorry, Ace of Wands, but that was a slip. Maybe it's also an Ace of Cup energy. Yeah, it's definitely starting something new, starting a new job position, or like if you have like 2, 3, 4 income sources, you're getting like a 4th, 5th one. You know what I mean? Like an extra one. And I would say it's a prime time to start. It's a prime opportunity to begin. I think this will work for you. I think this will be very successful. I think this will make you more money. And I feel like it's passive. It almost feels like passive income. Like you don't really have to work that hard. But you've been waiting for this. You know, you're waiting and waiting and waiting, and you're like, okay, universe, bless me already, damn it. And they're finally gonna bless you. Okay, so that's a good month for Virgos. I almost said for April. That's a good month for April. That makes sense. Okay, so let's look into air signs. Let's start with Libra. Libra for April 2026. What's going on with Libras? Probably one of the most misunderstood people on earth is Libra. Okay, very much airy energy. Ace of Swords. We have the Queen of Wands, 8 of Swords. I feel like things are up in the air. Anything could happen. Anything that could happen with you, Libra. Moving forward, it's up to you. Your fate and destiny here. Okay, you're going to. It's almost like it's not up to you anymore. What happens next? And that's a beautiful place to be, actually, because you give up that control. You give up wanting to change a situation in your favor. Not that you usually do, but maybe lately you have been. Because again, they're about the balance, right? They know to be in control, but also when they can be a little more passive. They have both, right? They kind of a lot of them have that, you know, bipolar disorder, like dual role, like Gemini, like multiple personality kind of energy. Dissociative identity even. They sort of have that combination. So, you know, but when they want to be in control, when they want to be in charge, they put their foot down. But you have to learn to let that go. And I feel like something happens where you live, where you're like, okay, now I can't live here anymore, or like I have to move, or, you know, it's very much like, it could be like politics, it could be climate, or a mix of both. And I feel as though, you know, it's funny, I'm also getting about Libra, like that dual energy of where you live. You want 2, 3, 4 houses. You know, you want to switch up where you live too. Like at the same time, you want to be able to move around. So maybe one of your, you know, houses or assets is sort of like, I don't know why I hear debunked. Something's debunked. I hope you didn't do anything fraudulent or commit fraud in any way, allegedly, but there's something here that gets debunked. I don't know what that means, but you may have to just keep to one house for now. I don't know why I see that. Maybe there's a travel disruption that's preventing you from going to your 2nd, 3rd, 4th home. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so there's someone with like a woman here that decides, or a woman leader or something. A country with a woman president, prime minister, that decides, okay, we can't travel. You can't leave the country right now. You know, something like that. So you might have to be stuck. Something like that. Ace of Swords. United States is usually always last, right? We saw in 2020, 2021, we were like the last to shut down. I feel like it's going to be the same or similar. It's like we're the last, you know, like it's going to be, you know, Cuba and Mexico and Finland and Italy. And then it's the United States. We're like, okay, yeah, we'll be last. We're country as hell. We really are. So I definitely get that energy of like, we sort of, I hate to say I see a lockdown. I hate to say it. I hate to say it. Oh, I didn't want to say it. They're telling me lockdown. Just like this woman is locked down. I hate to say it. There's a lockdown. Oh, Jesus, have mercy on our soul. Okay. I don't think we can handle another one. I think people are going to lose their mind for good. I think this is what I'm saying. The more I do. I need a moment. Is this the Tower card energy I'm seeing? Are we going to be locked in our homes because the Tower crumbles? And then there's a domino effect. Allegedly entertainment purposes only, but there's a reason I'm seeing Libra. It starts with a Libra leader or a Libra person. Maybe a Libra owns that building. Or a Libra person caused that building to crumble. Could be a metaphorical building. Don't know if it's an actual one. All I'm going to say is, this is what I'm seeing. And then a female leader decides, we're going to be the first to shut down. Or one of the first. Isn't the Mexico president female? Because I keep hearing Mexico. I don't know why. I don't know why I keep hearing things like Finland too. I don't know if that's a female leader. I have no clue. I don't think so. I think that's a man. But anyway, could be a transgender. Who knows? Okay, so let's move right along. Libra, be careful. Be careful. Stay safe out there. I feel like you need extra protections. Because Libra roams. Libra is air. They wander. They roam. They travel. They move. They get on planes because they're air, you know. So be careful planning with airfare. Okay, in April. All right, let's move on to Gemini. Gemini. What's going on with Gemini? You know, if it helps you remember earth signs, they walk in nature. They'll walk in the woods. Water signs, they'll probably take a boat. Okay, they'll swim in their pool or lake. All right, they'll go to a water park. Fire signs, you're not going to jump into a wildfire, so you do it all. You're the ultimate transformer. You'll swim in that pool, then you'll go walk in the woods, then you'll go catch a flight somewhere. You do it all, girl. But what does jet fuel require? Like it's a fire. It burns the engine. You know, you'll go in your car a lot, you know. So Two of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. So this is Gemini for April. And Knight of Swords. So I'm getting this energy of definitely Gemini. You know, the dual nature. All right. It's like every day is a different day with you, Gemini, in April. You kind of have been going a little crazy lately. Yeah, I mean this with love in a good way. I feel like Gemini has been going kind of like nutty. Like, you know, you're in your lab and you're inventing things. That's kind of what it feels like. You're in your room coming up with concoctions and all sorts of stuff. If you have like a beauty business and, you know, you're mixing lotions and potions, like you are coming up with like genius level ideas here. And you're like, like you're kind of in that like sinister, like not sinister, but you know, like, oh, I have genius plans. I had, you know, like you're really making shiz happen. Okay. You are in that creative space. But you're not really spending time with a lot of people right now. You're sort of just kind of keeping low key and doing your own thing. Not low key, but you know, you're just sort of, you're just in making shiz happen mode. That's the best way I can word it. I don't know why. Be careful with, I'm going to be honest, stealing, theft. I don't know if it's from somebody, evil eyes, or you doing that because you need to survive. Be very careful with this. I feel like there's something there with like a past history with Geminis in general about stealing, getting handsy. Because again, it's air. It's like, oh, they're not going to see me. The things you can't see is air, right? So I'm going to be quick. I'm going to be swift and take this thing. You know, that's air. That's an air energy. I would say air signs would be handsy more than anybody else in general. But I'm getting sort of like, oh yeah, like you will be caught if you do it again. Okay, even if it's just a loaf of bread for your family. Be very careful, okay? I never ever suggest anybody do that. I'm just saying. And I'm not blaming anybody for anything in the past. You know, I think we've all done that before, honestly, even though most people don't want to admit to it, okay? It's one of those things people have done not just because they have the craving or desire to do it. I think we've all done it before because we want to see what the experience of doing that feels like, or what it's like to have the rush of doing that, or what it's like to get caught and the consequence of doing that. We want to experience as human beings. So I'm saying if you've stolen cookies from the cookies jar as a kid, yes, that counts too, okay? When you've been told no and you did it anyway, yes, that counts too, okay? You may not have a conscious memory of it in your childhood, but there's a reason we are here. We are here to experience. There's no shame or guilt in that. I want you to stop feeling sorry for yourself. Okay, but what I'm saying is, yes, it's still not right. So yes, if you are in a serious situation and you need to get stuff done, even if it's like a job or like under the table, something you have to do on the side that's shady or sus, be very careful, okay? Be very, very careful, all right? Okay, allegedly, entertainment purposes only. I'm not here blaming somebody, but Knight of Swords, yeah, it's like a runaway. It's like there are cops everywhere nowadays. Like you will not get away with this. Like I'm telling you right now, if you are in a career like that, please stop. Okay, because you are only ultimately creating bad karma and causing unintentional harm to others. You know, even if it's like indirect harm. You know, even if it's that rich lady who has $40,000 pair of shoes. You know, you think, oh yeah, I'll get away with this. She never locks her door, and I know exactly what time she goes to her yoga studio every day. Not worth it, honey. Okay, there's something like almost like, oh, she finally decides to put a security system or something like that, or have a guard at her back door because she keeps seeing mud trekking on her floor when she knows that's not her. You know what I'm saying? Like, Geminis think they slick with some things, but you're really not in April, okay? So I know I went into a lot of detail about that. I know I'm not speaking on behalf of everybody, but also for those who have been undergoing, you know, theft, unfortunately, knock on wood, God forbid, you know, they will be caught. Justice will be served. For someone who's done that in your past, I feel like they know, like with the AI and the cameras and all this technology nowadays, they finally pinpoint who this mofo is. Okay? All right. Okay, so, and also scams. I hear scams. All your hard work gone to waste, I hear. I'm also hearing if somebody tried to, you know, gyp you and take your money, like they paid for a $50 or $500 service online, or they bought your, you know, whatever you were selling, and then you already shipped it to them, and they're like, I didn't get it. They claim I didn't get my service. I didn't get my thing in the mail. You know, they try to pull a quick one on you. And you dispute it, and it will be disputed, you know. A lot of times when you dispute things like that, it doesn't work, but it will work this time in your favor, okay? Because sometimes the customer isn't always right, you know. They're just trying to steal. So be careful with that. If you're a seller online, or, you know, whatever you're putting out there, it's something you're making with your own two hands, like a nutty professor in a lab. But I mean that with love. Again, it's like a genius creation. Okay, how are we on time? All right, there's no such thing as time anyway. Who cares? Last one is Aquarius. Aquarius, we've made it to the last 12 zodiac signs. King of Pentacles, in no particular order, of course. 3 of Pentacles. And the Page of Cups. Okay, so Aquarius, the one I least understand, to be honest with you. I still don't fully understand Aquarius to this day. It's very hard for me to really understand even what Aquarius is. I don't know why. It's always that one zodiac sign. I'm like, nothing personal, nothing against them. They're wonderful, I'm sure, but I don't connect with them. I don't get them at all, really. Nothing with Aquarius really connects with me. But I can still read an Aquarius, but it just, I don't understand Aquarius. I don't know why. King of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Page of Cups. This would be a good time for retirement. Semi-retirement if you're young, you're in your 30s, 40s. Not your 20s. Never semi-retire in your 20s. You're too young. Too much time. Life's too unpredictable. You have too much money to save for that. Like, even if you think you made it, no way. You gotta wait till at least your 30s, baby, okay? You can't semi-retire in your 20s. It's impossible. Okay, you have to live more life, you can't just think you can retire like that. But anyway, so I definitely feel like you've made it, Aquarius. I feel like you're not really going through much right now. You're just kind of committing to your work. You're kind of committing to your art, your practices. Maybe some of you are doing artwork. Page of Cups, like you're in a good place. I think you're solid. I think you're the one who's gonna have one of the ones who have the least issues in the month of April 2026. I forgot my dog was there. I definitely feel like it's just a good time. Like, just enjoy this time that you have, the time that you are blessed with, the money you have, honestly. Low-key, I think, like, nobody even really knows you're just in a good place. You don't really share too much. I think that's why people don't really know you like that. And you don't care if they know you. That's one thing about Aquarius. It's like, yeah, you know me or not, who cares? Like, I'm just doing my thing. There's really not much to see here. You just are going to stay busy working and doing your thing. And even if you're retired, you're always going to be working on something, but it's something that means a lot to you. You might even kind of be around water a lot. You might move near water, like a coastline, a beach, an ocean. Maybe you go visit in April. That'd be a good time to take some time off. Maybe you take a month away from work, and that's your form of semi-retirement. So be it a month away from work, 11 months work, 1 month not work. That sounds pretty good to me, So, you're always just going to be doing something, I don't think it ever ends for you, Aquarius. I think you just always want to work on something. Okay. So good. You'll have good health. You'll have a lot of energy to work on stuff. Thank you, guys. God bless you. Love and light. Make sure you go on TonyBomboni.com to book your own personal tarot card reading with me. 22 for 20% off. Book a 30-minute or hour. Help support the channel a lot, okay? Thank you so much. I hope you guys have enjoyed your Zodiac tarot card reading for the 7 planetary body alignment. I'm excited. I can't wait to see what happens. Good, bad, and ugly, okay? All right. Catch you all around. And again, if you want to book your own tarot reading to see what this month will bring to you personally, and this planet alignment will bring, that hasn't happened in 6,000 years, I would look into it right now, okay? Okay, because that 0 degrees Aries is going to bring new beginnings, and Aries is the first zodiac sign that already alone is a new beginning. So this is like double, triple new beginnings. This is going to be crazy. Okay, this is going to be wild. This is going to be the start of something that changes things forever. So I definitely would not miss your opportunity to check into what this means for you personally. All right, be well.